At Eastview High, the whispers began before anyone had a chance to truly know Marcus Rivera. To many, he appeared as just another new black student. Someone easy to target, a symbol of vulnerability for those who thrived on derision. But behind his quiet, unwavering gaze lay a legacy few could comprehend. Marcus was the son of Lorenzo Rivera, a name spoken with a mix of reverence and caution in every shadowed corner of the city. As he walked the halls, Marcus carried himself with a measured calm that set him apart. His steps were deliberate and unhurried, each one a silent declaration that he would not be defined by the taunts and sneers of his peers. In a school where loud threats often ruled the day, his silence spoke of an inner strength that no amount of mockery could shake. Meanwhile, bullies like Tyler Evans assumed that power came from shouting the loudest and striking the hardest. They believed that belittling someone was enough to break them. Yet, as the day unfolded, Marcus's quiet determination became a living lesson. True strength is not measured by the volume of one's voice or the force of one's fists, but by the dignity and control one maintains in the face of adversity. This story isn't about revenge or violence. It's about the transformative power of restraint, the kind of silent resolve that turns fear into respect and hostility into a powerful lesson in character. Here at Acts of Kindness Stories, we believe in sharing narratives that inspire and educate, showing that compassion and inner strength are the true marks of power. Stay with us as we journey into Marcus Rivera's world, a world where every silent step speaks louder than any threat, and every calm glance is a testament to a spirit that refuses to be broken. This is a story about discovering that the real battle isn't fought on the noisy battleground of confrontation, but in the quiet moments where one decides to stand tall, not in defiance of others, but in honor of oneself. Marcus's first day at Eastview High unfolded like a quiet storm. As he navigated the bustling hallways, every step exuded a calm determination that set him apart. While some exchanged curious glances at the new student, a few voices in the corridors quickly turned to sneers and whispered remarks. For years, students like Tyler Evans had ruled these halls with a ruthless confidence born from unchecked privilege. Tyler, the star of the football team and accustomed to the adoration of teachers and classmates alike, found himself particularly irked by Marcus's silent defiance. Tyler began his campaign with subtle provocations, a calculated brush of the shoulder here, a whispered remark there. He teased, questioning Marcus's presence at the school, hinting that his enrollment was merely a statistic to boost diversity numbers. Yet, each time Marcus met the barbs with unyielding composure. His measured responses, or rather his complete lack of reaction, unsettled Tyler. It was as if every attempt to rattle him only served to reinforce the quiet strength that emanated from him. As the day progressed, Tyler's tactics escalated. In a crowded hallway, he purposefully bumped into Marcus, causing a cascade of books and papers. The brief disruption was met with the usual chorus of mocking laughter from Tyler's entourage. But Marcus, still undeterred, simply continued on his path. His eyes focused ahead as if the commotion were nothing more than background noise. This refusal to yield even the slightest hint of vulnerability left Tyler frustrated. The bully was used to quick displays of anger or shame, a visible crack in the armor he could exploit. But Marcus's silence was a revelation. It was a subtle yet powerful declaration that he was not intimidated. The tension reached a peak in the school cafeteria. Tyler, seeking to publicly assert his dominance, cornered Marcus at his lunch table. In front of a growing circle of onlookers, he raised his voice to isolate Marcus, questioning his worth and ridiculing his solitude. With a calculated force born of habitual cruelty, Tyler flipped Marcus's tray onto the table. The loud crash of falling utensils and splattered food sent a jolt of shock through the room, silencing the chatter in an instant. Marcus looked down at his stained clothes for only a moment before resuming his quiet meal. The absence of an overt reaction was more disarming than any explosive outburst Tyler had ever encountered. That silence spoke volumes. It shattered the illusion Tyler had of his own invincibility. In that charged moment, every eye in the cafeteria registered a shift, a dawning realization that true strength often lies in restraint, not in the clamor of empty threats. For Tyler, whose identity had long been anchored in the power of intimidation, this encounter marked the beginning of an internal reckoning. His carefully constructed persona was beginning to crumble, even as whispers of the incident rippled through the school. Later that afternoon at home, Marcus found himself at the dinner table with his father, Lorenzo Rivera, a man whose reputation in the community was as formidable as it was enigmatic. The dining room was set with precision, a quiet stage for the understated conversation that was about to unfold. Lorenzo's demeanor was calm, his eyes reflecting years of hard-earned wisdom. Without the need for any extravagant display of emotion, he inquired about the events of the day. Marcus, in his soft, measured tone, simply stated, "Just a few bullies testing my limits." His words, sparse and deliberate, carried an unspoken promise that he would not allow their actions to dictate his future. Lorenzo's slight smile, accompanied by the simple acknowledgement, "Good," spoke volumes. It was both a recognition of Marcus's inner fortitude and a reminder that strength was measured by the ability to choose one's battles wisely. The next day, the repercussions of the previous day's events began to manifest. The halls of Eastview High, once dominated by the bluster of youthful arrogance, now hummed with an uneasy undercurrent. Tyler, whose confidence had been the currency of his power, found himself second-guessing each step. His usual entourage, ever eager to back his bravado, now maintained a cautious distance. Their whispers carried a blend of admiration for Marcus's unwavering calm and a quiet dread of the unknown, a subtle respect for a man who chose silence over needless confrontation. As days turned into a tense routine, a series of unsettling encounters further deepened the rift. One afternoon, as Tyler was making his way through the school's main entrance, he was intercepted by a pair of impeccably dressed men. Their presence was understated yet unmistakably authoritative, and they made no effort to disguise the intent in their eyes. One of the men offered a measured smile as he addressed Tyler. "Mr. Evans, your behavior has consequences." The words were delivered with a calm that resonated more deeply than any shout. In that moment, Tyler realized that the stakes extended far beyond the confines of the school's hallways. His casual arrogance was colliding with a world where respect was not demanded through bluster, but earned through measured restraint and responsibility. The confrontation took an even darker turn when Tyler's phone buzzed with a message that chilled him to the core. A terse warning urging him to tell your dad to watch out for his work accidents. The message was stark, a reminder that actions have repercussions far beyond the immediate. As the weight of that threat settled over him, Tyler's earlier bravado gave way to a palpable fear. It was a fear not born of physical violence, but of the realization that he had unwittingly stepped into a realm where consequences were both real and irreversible. In the weeks that followed, the transformation in the school's social dynamic was unmistakable. Tyler's once mighty presence began to shrink under the shadow of an invisible force, one that was represented by Marcus's silent strength. Where Tyler had once ruled with loud threats and overt displays of aggression, his every action was now clouded by a deep-seated anxiety. Classmates who had once followed him with uncritical loyalty now distanced themselves, drawn instead to the quiet dignity and unyielding resolve of Marcus. Throughout these unfolding events, the message resonated with a profound clarity. True power is not derived from the ability to instill fear through force or volume, but from the unwavering control one exerts over oneself. Marcus had shown that one does not need to raise a voice or throw a punch to command respect. His calm, collected responses became a lesson in courage, teaching everyone around him that strength often lies in choosing one's battles with care and integrity. At every turn, Marcus's demeanor remained constant, a beacon of quiet resilience in a sea of volatility. While others succumbed to the impulse to retaliate with equal force, he maintained an inner peace that not only protected him but also gradually transformed the atmosphere at Eastview High. His example fostered an environment where intimidation lost its power, replaced instead by a collective understanding of the importance of self-respect and measured action. Here at Acts of Kindness Stories, we celebrate narratives like Marcus Rivera's, stories that remind us that the most enduring form of strength is often found in silence and self-control. His journey, marked by a refusal to be provoked, underscored an essential truth: that when we choose to rise above negativity, our actions can inspire change and bring forth a more positive, respectful community. As the days passed, whispers in the corridors evolved from mockery to quiet admiration. Marcus's quiet defiance became a catalyst for a broader conversation about respect, dignity, and the true nature of power. His approach, devoid of violent retaliation, demonstrated that real control is not imposed through fear, but earned through the courage to stand firm in one's beliefs. Even those who once thrived on the thrill of dominance found themselves reeling from the undeniable impact of his presence. In this unfolding chapter of Eastview High's story, every silent step taken by Marcus was a step toward a future where strength was redefined, a future where understanding and respect replaced cruelty and intimidation. The impact of his resolve reached far beyond personal vindication. It served as an enduring lesson that positive change often begins with a quiet, steadfast commitment to one's principles. The body of Marcus's story, told here on Acts of Kindness Stories, is a testament to the transformative power of self-control and the enduring influence of quiet dignity. It is a reminder that even in the midst of conflict and adversity, the most profound victories are often achieved without a single blow being struck. In the quiet aftermath at Eastview High, the echoes of that fateful day continued to resonate. Marcus's silent strength had transformed the atmosphere, revealing that true power isn't built on harsh words or physical force but on calm resolve and unyielding self-respect. The bully's reign of loud, empty threats faded as the corridors filled with a newfound understanding. Courage can be gentle yet fierce, and real influence is earned through dignity rather than domination. As whispers turned to quiet admiration, even those who once clung to the thrill of control began to question what it truly meant to be strong. Marcus's steady composure spoke a language that no amount of aggression could drown out. His unwavering response to bullying became a powerful reminder that the bravest act sometimes is to simply stand your ground in silence, letting your inner strength shine through. In doing so, he not only reclaimed his sense of self but also taught everyone around him that respect is earned by the choices we make in the face of adversity. This story is a testament to the transformative power of restraint and the positive change that can blossom from inner courage. It shows us that when we choose integrity over intimidation, even the most daunting challenges can be overcome. Here at Acts of Kindness Stories, we share these narratives to inspire and educate, reminding us that every act of quiet dignity can spark a ripple effect of compassion and growth in our communities. If Marcus's journey moved you or made you reflect on the true meaning of power and respect, we invite you to join our community. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know how you define true strength in your own life. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Acts of Kindness Stories. Help us reach 10,000 subscribers so we can continue to spread these empowering stories that remind us kindness and courage are the real marks of power. Thank you for watching, and remember, every quiet act of bravery can change the world.